Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. So today's case that I'm going to be talking to you about is the David Gibson case. So he was aged 37 when he had disappeared and he's been missing from Brighton in East Sussex. So he'd been missing since the 15th of the 3rd, 2021. The missing man, David Gibson, may be in the Eastbourne on Eastbourne Born Free website Missing Man. On that website, he is also having some police that had been very concerned about his welfare and also about the where he is, today. So there is also a nickname that David has, which is called Kiwi. So he has not been seen or heard from since March the 15th, 2021. So he's been reported missing from Brighton, but has links to the Eastbourne area, as well as the marinas across the south coast. He is 5'8" tall, medium build. He has very short dark hair. He has a small scar that is under his mouth and has a number of tattoos, which is including a tribal design on the right side of his neck. He has a full sleeve tattoo on his right arm featuring some clowns and also some tribal designs. He also has a star on one of his wrists and he speaks with a New Zealand accent. If anyone sees him or has any information to his whereabouts, they are asked to contact the police online or by calling 101 quoting serial 944 of 22nd of the 3rd. So that is what I can find on David Gibson online. So I decided to do a tarot card reading, and there is 4 specific questions I ask in all my videos. Number 1, what happened to David Gibson? 2, who was involved in his disappearance? 3, where is David Gibson now? And also 4, what is the final outcome to be for David Gibson case? Number 1, what happened to David Gibson? We have reverse lovers. So there had been a relationship that had been very strained, either to do with like an intimate relationship or family relationship, some close relationship. There may have also been a form of a communication that also had been challenged at this time. There had been a form of growing apart and trying to move on from one another, and I feel like there was no trust, no respect in this relationship. There was someone that may have been involved in the relationship while the other person was not so much involved with the relationship. They wanted to get out of it, and I feel like there was reluctancy to open up one's heart in the relationship due to fears of being hurt. Queen of Pentacles, there was a female that was very nurturing, that may also have been a full-time person in their job, that had a lot of contribution to the family. There was a lot of support that she gave also in her love life and regarding her family. And I feel that there was a lot of healthy balance that she tried putting in something. And I feel like she's very home-based, but also very work-based as well, so she can balance out her career and her home life. And I feel with that, she was a very independent and stable person. There was a lot of prosperity and security with her, and she was a very generous person here as well that was involved. There was the reverse chariot then, so someone had a change of heart or change in its direction here about someone or something, and I feel like there was a loss of hope or motivation in the situation where they didn't feel as committed as they once was. There had been some challenges that was in the way, and they felt like they had to manage everything on their own, and I feel by doing so they felt like they need to loosen their grip with something, and they needed to try and let things run their course. 8 of Wands, so there was a struggle that needed to be resolved, and there was a sense of trying to give someone this freedom, where things started moving very fast, very quick. And I feel like there was a lot of fears about unknown things, but there was also some determination on what someone wanted. They tried to remove all some forms of distractions. There was a sense of trying to be very concentrative on what they wanted, because there was a completion that was needed, and there was someone doing something that couldn't get stopped from what they was doing. And I feel like what they wanted and what they wanted to do, something happened with that made them feel like they hit the jackpot, so to speak. So they felt very happy and very, joyous in that moment. Queen of Swords. There was someone that had some form of mental clarity. It could be the female here, where they started leading with their head and not their heart. And I feel like there was a lot of truth that was being sought here. And I feel like they was very much opening to listen to this other person's feelings. So maybe this female was open to listening to what David had to say. And I feel like they wanted truth. They wanted to hear opinions, and they wanted to try to decipher what was true or not here. And I feel like there was a lot of quick thinking here, and trying to tell David how things is, trying to get to the point of a certain situation. And I feel like there was a lot of upfront and a lot of honesty that was coming across here. And I feel like there was a lot of intimidation here. Maybe David felt a bit intimidated by this female, or this female felt intimidated by David. But I feel like there was something being said and done that they couldn't beat around the bush, so to speak. They didn't sugarcoat things. They just said or done things as it was. Eight of Pentacles. There was a lot of hard work going on here to improve something, to bring in determination for new things to come in. And I feel like there was things that was being ready to put in for some efforts to be done, to make important decisions. There was a lot of changes here, and there was a lot of commitment here as well to make changes to a certain situation, to make something better. And I feel like there was a lot of work being done on someone, work on themselves. And I feel like they was to be trying to be the best person. They working on themselves, to be the best person that they can be. And I feel like it tried being done that was going to be worth it. It was like it was going to work out, and at the end of it, they thought it was going to work out. Okay, what was involved in the disappearance of David Gibson? So we have the reverse world. So he had some personal issues that he needed closure, and I feel this was to do with a past relationship, wanting to move on from it. And I feel like there was obstacles to overcome, and I feel like they tried doing something to help them go through it, to learn and to grow. Reverse Emperor. So there is someone that was very rigid, that was overusing their power, and I feel like they had a lot of insecurities. They may also have had father issues here as well. There was the need to try and commit to their own goals, but there was a lot of struggle with that. And I feel like if there was a relationship that this was regarding, it was to do with being unequal, being very unhappy in it. Someone was very possessive, controlling, or overbearing. Moon card. Then there was a lot of fears that kept creeping out. This was due to past experiences and painful memories that happened. This caused a lot of distress, where there was a lot of ignoring things. Also, there was something that kept creeping in that made someone feel very anxious, very fearful. But there was a lot of uncertainty also that was regarding to what they needed to release to embrace this new way of being and new way of thinking. Reverse Knight of Pentacles. So there was something being done that was to do with either a routine or some schedule that needed to be done, or a meeting, and I feel like there was a feeling of being very stuck, or feeling very bored, and the feeling like either they want to get out more or they wanted to do something more to make things go better. Reverse Five of Pentacles, there was an end to some difficulties, particularly if it was a recent suffering here, to do with major financial hit or job loss. There was some self-confidence that was building back up again, but it feels like someone ended up being isolated and being put alone here, and I feel like there was a lot of worry that someone was spending way too much money and then not having enough here as well. Knight of Swords. Either David or someone else was on a mission. There was some form of action that was going to be done. Someone come in that had their mindset on something, you know, no one or nothing could stop them here. And I feel like they were highly driven, very ambitious, action orientated, and they were very motivated to succeed. They stopped at nothing, you know, no one could get in their way to do with what they wanted, you know. And I feel like there was a lot of strength and determination that was involved here, and this person, they just drove, you know, head in. They didn't have a plan in that, you know, they didn't plan it much, but I feel like they just went straight into it, not thinking the consequences. And I feel like they should have planned first, you know, prepared. But whatever happened, they just went in, you know, without thinking. We have then the reverse Seven of Wands. There was pressures that kept weighing someone down, with a lot of feelings leaving them feeling very doubtful about themselves, about the situation, or about someone else. They're very exhausted. They felt like giving up, but needed to feel like don't let anyone get them down, so to speak. But they just tried to keep fighting for what they believed in. There was a lot of standing strong, you know, and didn't change or didn't want to change to make other people happy, so to speak. There was family and friends that may have been questioning this person, because I feel like there was a lot of choices to do with a very challenging situation that been brought up quite a lot by family and friends here. And it was a time where someone said they needed to draw the line here to say, this is who I am, this is what I want, this is what I need now. You know, if you don't like it, then you know where to go, basically. So that's what happened. Okay, so then we have, where is David Gibson right now? And we have the Six of Swords. So he had left someone or a situation behind, because whatever seemed familiar to him, something happened where he either left a relationship, had a house move, had a new job, or accepted this form of change, because there was mental clarity that came in, there was tough decision that needed to be made, and I feel like they was coming in to do something that was making them happier, not other people happier, because there is a movement over water or movement near water here, and I feel like they left someone in the past for good. They left everything, you know. It feels like they up and left and just went and didn't care about others, you know. Reverse Four Swords. There was a sense of needing a lot of time to rest and recharge. There was a lot of demanding, stressful things that was going on, and there was a lot of undertaking things that exhausted him. And I feel like there was a need to try and detox from people, from things, whatever it was. He needed to get rid of all that negativity, you know. And I feel like if he didn't do this, then his health would have been even more damaged, you know. And I feel like if he didn't do this detox, and he needed to do detox, then he have hurt himself, you know, his health is gone, and things just didn't go the way it should have. Okay, reverse King of Pentacles. There was a situation where there was a need to look very close to a relationship regarding money. Someone needed to control the money situation of things, because I feel like there was a situation where someone put money before love, and it could have been impacting on the relationship or certain areas of his life. There may have been involvements of, you know, alcoholic, workaholic, taking a lot of drugs, neglecting loved ones, where they may have also been gambling, you know, money obsessions that may have also been involved here. Okay. What is the final outcome to be for David Gibson? And we have the Page of Wands in reverse. Something is stirring within someone here. It could be David or it could be someone else, where they don't know how to turn it into action. There's issues with being weighed down by more responsibility, where there's a lot more trouble. Maybe allowing a lot more limiting beliefs and inner fears and anxiety to get in the way of achieving what he wanted or what they wanted. There is an intensive spiritual journey or discovery that someone's going to find out about, but they are going to be keeping it private for the time being. So someone knows something, but they're keeping it hidden from people. Reverse Page of Swords. So someone is holding back from speaking the truth. This is because someone else is coming in that is all talk, no action, state of mind. But they're trying to be very careful about making promises, commitments, making sure they deliver things. You know, there's involvements with their own reputation. There is a lot of cautiousness, how they come across to people, how they approach people, how they speak to people, and how they say things, you know, without blurting, so to speak. And I feel like there is a challenge or a question where someone is going to be thinking about these things that happened, but they need to think about the important parts of something here as well. Reverse 10 of Wands. So there is to be someone that is doing too much by themselves, where there is going to be no one helping them. So I feel like there's a lot of struggle with someone trying to get to the bottom of figuring out what happened to David, where he is, and I feel like they need to try and help themselves first before involving other people. They need to get themselves together first before sorting things out. And I feel like someone has a lot of heavy weight on their shoulders, but they won't tell anyone. And also with that, I feel like there is situation where someone is pushing people they love away because of these secrets they keep in. And I feel like there's other things that they keep into themselves as well, you know, but is a sense of they want to say something to someone, but they're too scared to. So that is the issue we have at the moment. 7 of Cups. So there is a lot of options coming in. There is to be some choices that's going to be made. There's involvements of being overwhelmed with these choices and these decisions as well. And I feel like someone's ego may be at play at this time. And I feel like there is a lot of wishful thinking here, and I feel like they want to put things in place. They feel like things are not going the way it should be at the moment, and I feel like there is times where there's a lot of sidetracking going on and not thinking things you know, as they should be, you know, not putting things into place, not focusing on one thing. They just get sidetracked by other things. 8 of Swords upright. So there is feeling that someone is being trapped or restricted. There is something to do with unfulfilling here. It could be to do with a job or an abusive relationship or being in debt. So someone is, maybe David is in debt, or they withdrawing from an abusive relationship and they're trying to stay away from people, trying to keep on the low so they don't get found, so that no one finds them. And I feel like there's a lot of overthinking here, and I feel like there's a lot of negative thoughts, or someone's thinking negatively about what happened here. And I feel like someone is going to be open soon and they're going to be finding the answer to what happened, and where David is, so to speak. And I feel like there is a situation where things are going to eventually work out. Someone's going to have the one foot in the door while the other one is ready, so that they're in that state of mind. Should I run? Should I do this? Or no? They just don't know what to do, you know? It's like basically like juggling something. And I feel like they're going to need to listen to their own intuition and need to trust themselves a bit more. Reverse two swords. So there is to be a difficult decision coming in to do with the direction of what is going on, and I feel like there is to be a very hard place with it. There is to be reaching a certain situation with someone here, and I feel like this is to do with a lot of trouble. There is coming from different parties that's involved, someone refusing to see the situation from a different perspective or different angle. And I feel like there is the sense of wanting to become a peacemaker, but it's only causing a lot more trouble than what is worth, you know. It's causing that hostility-ness, causing that tension, and just causing things to be back to square one. So that's what I have for the tarot side of this reading. So I've done tea leaf reading cards here, and I asked what is very specific in the area where David Gibson is located. And we have the letter G as to where the area he is located in. There is something to do with an incomplete circle here. There is to be a fan. It could be a windmill or a fan. A feather, something that has a symbol of a king or name king on it, something to do with a symbol or picture of a queen or the name queen on it, acorn, anchor, something to do with an angel. So these could be signs, symbols or names in the area that's very specific. There is astrology symbols in the area. There's a sun and a moon, so maybe something with them signs on there. There's a letter M in the area name as well. There is very close to a mountain here, and there is also mouse and mushrooms in that area where he is located. As to if he's alive or passed on, I can't really tell at the present moment, but this is what I can get for him on his case. So yeah, that is what I have. So if you enjoy my videos, please like, share, subscribe and hit the notification bell, and I see you again next time in the next videos. Bye bye.